What's up, y'all? This be your boy Scotty, and you're watching my review on The Real Housewives of Atlanta. I forgot what episode this is, but oh well. This review ain't gonna be long at all. I'd be surprised if it's 10 minutes or over 10 minutes, because this is not gonna be long at all. Because this episode was pretty much a dud to me. It drug along. It was very boring, and it was centered around Kenya, someone that I don't even like. So I mean, it is what it is. I'm only gonna discuss 3 points that mattered to me the most. And let me just start off with Kenya and Lawrence when the show first opened. Now, this is what really irked me. Kenya is sitting up here talking about Portia's relationship and Portia's marriage and how she signed up to be a beard and how she hired and how she was hired to be Cordell's beard or whatever. But bitch, how the fuck can you sit up here and judge somebody for having an arranged marriage, quote unquote arranged marriage in your terms, when you brought Frank Mitchell to Real Housewives of Atlanta last season just so you can have a fucking storyline? Bitch, have a fucking seat. Like, I'm really sick of you and your uneven pavement ass face. I'm just so tired of you. Like, once I get ready to like Kenya, she always turns around and make me not like her ass again. Like that whole damn conversation between her and Lawrence his face looking like a melted ass Milky Way bar, sitting around here talking about Portia and her relationship and what they tired of. First of all, Kenya, we tired of you. Okay, you've been messy a whole motherfucking season. You ain't really had no storyline. I mean, you sitting up here talking about somebody else's relationship and always want to give everybody else relationship advice, but bitch, you ain't even got a man of your own. Well, you say you got a man, but we ain't never seen it. But it's so funny how someone who's never really seen with a man can give somebody else that has a man some man advice. That's all I really gotta say about that situation. That whole little conversation that Kenya had with Lawrence really irked me because it was very hypocritical. You want to come for another bitch for having an arranged marriage when you had an arranged relationship with Frank Mitchell last season. Have a seat. So we get into Kenya opening up to Nene and Cynthia and Candy, and I guess Lawrence too, if you want to count his Milky Way face ass onto the damn thing. Kenya wants to have a kid, and that's something that she has wanted for a couple of years now. And I can say that throughout my dislike for Kenya, I will say that she does have those moments where she's able to make me feel sorry for her. But even in the midst of her feeling, even in the midst of me feeling sorry for the bitch, I'd be like, oh, I can't stand this motherfucking bitch. I'd be glad when she dry them tears up so I can go back to not liking that damn bitch. Because that's just how much I can't stand Kenya. Like, I can't stand Kenya. Period. But I felt for her, you know what I'm saying? Because she wants a child. And then, with her having mommy issues, I think that's a lot. That has a lot to do with her ways and how crazy she acts, because she never had, the attention or the love from her mother. And sometimes you have to find attention, when you wasn't getting the attention at home. You got to find it elsewhere. And sometimes, people don't understand that childhood traumas can follow you into your adulthood. And sometimes if it's not really healed, then it's going to continue to fester. And I think that's what Kenya's problem is. I think that she really does need to see a therapist. And I'm not saying it in a funny way to try to down Kenya, but at the end of the day, I do think that she needs to see a therapist so she can get over the incidents with her mother, because it's obvious that she still carries the fact that her mom wasn't in her life as a burden. Like, it's obvious that she does. I do think that she needs to heal. And, with her being open like that, it made me look at Kenya differently. And I will say this, as much as I can't fucking stand Kenya, I will say this. When she does interviews outside of the show, I see a different side of her personality. I actually like her outside of Real Housewives of Atlanta. So that really makes me believe that a lot of this shit that she does on the show is a fucking front. So after that whole emotional spiel, we get into Kenya and Apollo chilling. And I'm sitting up here like, first of all, I think that Phaedra should stab the fuck out of both Kenya and Apollo. People argue me down saying that, Kenya is single, she can do whatever the fuck she want to do. Apollo is the one who's not respecting his relationship. And that is true. Kenya is single and she can fuck whatever man she wants to, and Apollo is the one that's disrespecting his marriage. But at the end of the day, that does not make Kenya look any better than she is. I mean, it's pretty obvious that she's setting the trap, and Apollo, dumb box of rocks, head ass, is gonna fall for it because she knew exactly what she was doing. I don't even see what the fuck they needed to have a conversation for. You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand what the fuck they need to talk about. Like, what do you need to talk about, honestly? Like, I mean, I'm just over this whole Kenya and Apollo fiasco. I'm seriously over it. I'm tired of it. And I'm tired of Phaedra being more pressed about Kenya than she is about Apollo. It's just annoying, and I'm just ready for this to be over. And from what I heard, of course, I was looking on Lipstick Alley, of course, because they be having all the tea. From what I heard, they are keeping everyone on the show but want to add another housewife. And if Kenya and Phaedra do stay on this show, I do not want to see another storyline based on Kenya, Apollo, and Phaedra, because that whole damn love triangle is fucking tired. And most of this damn episode was centered around this tired ass love triangle that nobody really gives a fuck about. So with that being said, y'all, I'm out of here, you guys. Me and my chipped tooth and my country thick accent that's very irritating is about to go to sleep because I've had a long day of work today. Make sure y'all follow me on Twitter at www.twitter.com/Mr. Still Standing Without the G. Follow me on Instagram at rebellious_Scotty. And make sure you follow my Facebook fan page at Team Scotty. Make sure you just type that in the search bar and it's going to pop up, and make sure you like it. I want to send a special shout out to my boys Justin J1232 and Adrian Expressions. I love those two to death, and we're gonna do great things. Congrats to Adrian recently hitting 3,000 subscribers, and I also want to thank my brother Justin for hitting 10,000 subscribers. We are all on the road to, like, we all moving on up, and I can't be nothing. I cannot be more happier than that. Also, I want to send a shout out to Alexander Rodgers. He also does YouTube videos on the same type of shows that me and Justin do reviews on. So if you haven't heard of Alexander Rodgers, I will be leaving his link at the bottom. So I want to send a very special shout out to him because he's been very supportive since I guess host Tea Time with Justin J that time, and he called in and he followed me. So shout out to Alexander Rodgers. I know this review was probably a little bit boring, but you know, I told y'all it wasn't gonna be long, and it's probably not gonna be all that. But till Basketball Wives LA, I'm out of here, y'all. Peace.